What's good, what is good, my sizers? We're back again with another video, and today I'll be showing you 7 family-friendly activities to do in Las Vegas. First on the list, Area 15. Now, Area 15 does have free entry, and their hours are 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 2 a.m. Friday through Sunday. Area 15 is really cool because they offer over 28 different activities to do. Now, granted, some of them are only 21 and above, but they do also have a lot of activities kids can do as well. And the cool thing about them is they offer coupons. Now, I don't want to give away all the fun, but they do offer attractions such as golf, virtual reality. They have a liftoff that gives you a 360 panoramic view of the Las Vegas skyline, which I think is really cool and worth it. But a lot of the attractions here in Area 15 are meant to play with your senses, if you will. Now, if you would like more information regarding Area 15, I have done a video on it in the past, so I will link that above and I will put it in the description of this video below, along with their website. That way you can find all the information you need. Alrighty, moving on to our second activity, we are at Container Park, located in downtown Las Vegas. Now, Container Park is good for a multitude of reasons. They have a variety of shops, restaurants, dessert spots. They have a very big playground, and they have a grass area, and they also like to host family-friendly events as well. And of course, the best part is their grasshopper that breathes fire at night. Now, if you want more information, I also have another video about this, so I will link that above and below. Moving on to our third activity is Cowabunga Bay. It's getting hot here in Vegas, so 'tis the season to go to a water park. Now, the cool thing about Cowabunga Bay is it's included in the Pogo Pass. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Pogo Pass, it's 16 activities for $50, especially if you use my code FUNSIZER. So I've done multitude of videos. I will have them linked above and below in the description as well. But Cowabunga Bay has things such as the wave pool, the lazy river, a kids area. They have food, and they do dive-in movies. Another plus side to Cowabunga Bay is the fact that they have 2 locations, one in Henderson and one in Summerlin. They also offer different types of season passes that have their own perks to it and discounts. So before going, I would definitely look into their discounts and their season passes. Also, be sure to wear a lot of sunscreen and to bring water shoes and to wear them because the concrete does get hot and it does get really hot in Vegas, so you will need sunscreen and really good water shoes. Moving on to our fourth attraction, which is also a morning activity, we are going to Gilcrease Orchard. Now, personally, I love Gilcrease Orchard. It's one of my favorite spots to go. However, it is usually only open in the mornings, but due to each season, their hours will vary, so I would just Google it ahead of time to make sure that they are open and what times they close. Like, for example, right now, they are only open Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. But the cool thing is that you can pick your own fruits and vegetables and whatever is growing here. They offer you wagons and wheelbarrows and fresh produce, and it's just a really beautiful thing to do. It's almost like a farmer's market, except it's fresh and it's grown straight from there. Gilcrease Orchard is also free entry, and it's not necessary to buy anything, but it is highly encouraged. Also, depending on what you want, I would definitely bring your own shears or gloves. That way it's easier for you to pick things. But just be careful and read their signs, because if something is not in season or not ready to be picked, they will have signs saying so. So just be respectful of the directions that are provided. Due to the orchard being so aesthetically pleasing, especially during certain seasons, they do offer this thing called after-hour photo shoots where you pay $75 per hour and you're provided access to certain parts of the orchard. However, they do not provide photographers. So keep that in mind, and if you're interested, hit them up for that as well. I will provide their website in the description below. Moving on to the fifth activity is called John's Incredible Pizza, and honestly, I believe this is the best hidden gem here in Las Vegas for families. This is like a Chuck E. Cheese mixed with Dave & Buster's. They have a buffet, they have different themed seating areas, and of course their arcade. But they don't just have any regular arcade. They have things such as bumper cars, mini golf, and you can get prizes, and they have toddler sections. Like, they really genuinely thought of everything. I definitely think more people should hear about John's Incredible Pizza because it's not too far away from the Strip. It's literally 2.5 miles away from the Strip, so it's not that far away at all, and your kids will definitely have a good time because I know if I was a kid, I would be in heaven right now. I do like that they have a kiddie land for toddlers. That way they can be safe and have fun as well. And they actually have a lot of stuff for toddlers in there as well. The customer service was absolutely phenomenal here. I know that's a really big thing, especially for me. And a little secret, I don't know if you saw, but the buffet has beer available for all of the adults, which I thought was really cool, because what kid spot do you know has something like that for adults? That way the adults can power through it. This is also placed right next to the Boulevard Mall, so if anything, you can just take your kids shopping or go to the Sequest that's right next to it. Or there's even a movie theater inside of the mall. So again, you have a lot of options for your kids, but honestly, this place is a banger. Moving on to the 6th activity, I will say this is leaning more towards the older kids, such as teenagers, but this is number 1 escape room, and it is only 3.5 miles away from the Strip, and it's totally worth it. They have 5 different games. 4 of them you can have up to 4 players, but their last one is only 2 players, and I've played probably 3 or 4 of their games, and they are all worth it. I've never not had a good time here. However, they do make you lock up your phones, but you can keep the key at all times. Moving on to our last and final activity, one of my favorite things to do on the Strip, and that is to go to the Shark Reef Aquarium. Now, I would say that this is definitely a treat, especially for myself, but it is definitely worth it. They give you an hour to go through an aquarium, and you can see all sorts of animals and of course sharks, and it is just such a beautiful experience. Now, this is a self-guided tour, but through certain parts of the aquarium they do have employees standing there to educate you on the animal that you're currently looking at, and if they don't have an employee there, they will definitely have a plaque next to the fish. Now, the really cool thing is that you can actually pet sharks and stingrays here in the middle, but they teach you how to pet them, and they make sure that you do it correctly, so that's a beautiful thing as well, although that will always have a long wait because you're obviously touching fish. But yeah, this whole experience is just surreal, and this is open for all ages, and they do offer a photo opportunity at the beginning of your tour, and then of course you can take your own pictures and stuff throughout with like all of the fish and stuff. Of course I had to get a selfie with the octopus because I've never seen an octopus move. They do also have viewing windows on the ceilings and the floors. However, this shark was being a pain in the butt and just laid there on top of the ceiling window the whole time. But yeah, so always be on the lookout for what you're looking at and make sure you can get the full experience. And again, I would just really recommend it. This is definitely something that's on this Strip that is worth the money. That's all the time I have for you for today. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below if you guys have heard of any of these activities and what you thought of them. And be sure to smash that subscribe button down there while you're at it. Toodles!